Hey everyone, we are live here with recording arts graduate Carlos Abraham. Carlos, how are you doing today, man?
Good, good. How you doing?
Doing great, man. Thank you very much. Thanks for coming.
Man, thanks for having me.
Well, we're just going to ask you a couple questions about your experience while in school as well as after you graduated. But we'd like to start off with the question: what was the moment when you decided to start working in music seriously?
The moment. I've been working with music like a long time. I've always had that dream, but if I could say there was a defining moment, is when I came to Lars, or when I found out about Lars. I got the pamphlet in the mail and started reading over it, and that was the first time I took a step outside of my home studio or things like that. So that's when I really decided instead of just recording at home. That's when I really decided to work on music.
Awesome. So you had already been recording at home. You had your home studio set up.
Yes.
You're looking to learn more about like the ins and outs in a professional studio.
Exactly.
That's awesome, man. And what did you learn from the LA Recording School that you're now applying professionally?
Everything. I mean, from signal flow to EQ methods, Pro Tools. I'm still on Pro Tools. Starting to get into Logic, but Pro Tools is always the end game. But I guess the one lesson I could say is finishing.
Yeah.
Finishing the job. You can have songs that you start and never complete. So it was always drilled in our heads by the instructors to finish the job. I mean, we got cheered out. We were in the MPC classroom at one time. And the teacher's first name was James, and he asked us to come up with a reggae project. And when he came back in the classroom, we weren't finished. So he was just really like, he walked out on us really. He was like, class over, let's get out of here. So yeah, finishing the job.
So there's value in ensuring that a project is seen from fruition to completion.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's a big hurdle. And are there any projects that you're proud to have worked on?
A lot of projects. When I left Lars, when I graduated from Lars, rather, I went to intern at Threshold Sound and Vision. This is in Santa Monica, and we worked on several live DVDs. Sheryl Crow, Heart, Stills, Crosby, and Nash. Real good stuff, that I was really proud to work on that stuff. I want to say Alice in Chains, but just being an audio assistant on those projects. But really proud of that. But my solo work and the work I've been writing, I'm really proud of that. Also, I have a single out called Ghetto Boy, drawing from Donny Hathaway. I listened to Donny Hathaway a lot when I was a kid, so to remake that song, Ghetto Boy, was really cool for me to do. So I'm really proud of it.
Excellent. And are there any memories in the studio that stand out to you particularly when you've been working with your with these artists that you just mentioned?
I remember running the board for a quick second. I was running Pro Tools for Ann Wilson. And she was in the studio, and I was just, I don't know how I kept it together, I'm not a really starstruck kind of person, but I'll just sit there in awe. If I could sit back and just take it all in, that's what I would do. But I had to react, I had to put reverb on and, push record and stop here. So that was really, really, really cool, working there. And Drake came in one time, with his producer 40, and that was cool. Set up some microphones for him, so cool stuff. Jill Scott came through, invited me to have coffee with her. It was just like, what? Me? But, man, that was cool stuff.
That's exceptional.
Yes.
Speaking of like gear and whatnot, are there any like pieces of gear that you particularly like to use when you're in the studio?
I really like the Neve preamps and Neumann.
Like
any Neumann, the 40 or the 80, but that was something that it was an anniversary 40 that I was just testing out, because from Threshold I went on to run and do some assisting at Interscope.
Okay.
And they had this anniversary 40th edition of the Neumann, and I got on that and just to check it, and I put the cans on, and it was just like butter. It was just like the best sound. So I mean, I can't say that that's what I would demand when I go in the studio, because whatever's available, I'm gonna use it. But it's my dream mic. My dream setup would be the Neumann to 1073 to the Tube Tech.
Was it the U47?
U47, man. It was a 40th year anniversary of it, and then it had this like lush silver chrome kind of color to it, and they kept it in pristine condition, so it was the best. Just to hear it, like, whoa, this, great stuff.
That's awesome, man. And kind of speaking about music broadly, what does music mean to you?
Everything. It's the soundtrack of my life. I know that sounds cliche, people. I understand what it means to me. It's really the soundtrack of my life. Everywhere I go, if I'm out, you see the white earbuds and I'm just listening to everything. I just listened to SZA's album before I came over. Really good album. So just everything, man. I'm constantly trying to keep my hands on the keys. Constantly singing when I don't even know it. So music is everything. If I didn't have music, it would be kind of like not having clothes.
Yeah. That's a great way of saying it.
Yeah.
And you were talking earlier about how your instructor would get on your back about not having a song finished. Mm-hmm. How do you know when a song is complete?
I'm a time kind of person.
Yeah.
When you listen to the radio, it's usually under 3 minutes, but for some reason I have this 3 minutes and 30 seconds in my head. Mm-hmm. So if I know I went over 3 minutes and 30 seconds, I might want to wrap it up. But, it's been times where I went over that amount, but it just wasn't enough content, or the content wasn't going the direction that I wanted to go. So you're never done. I'm never done. So I just feel like if I have all the elements there, if I'm in the right time frame, if it feels good, if I'm listening to it and I'm thinking about adding something else, then pretty much, because you can always do something else to a song. I mean, it's never right or wrong. You can always add to a song, but if it feels great to me, then I say it's done. 3 minutes and 30 seconds, we're done, dude.
That's great. What would you say is your mantra for creating great music?
Just let go, man. Let go and be yourself. When you're trying to satisfy genres, whatever genre you're in or whatever genre you're trying to sound like, you can always find yourself being pigeonholed by these rules, and you got to have this, and you can't say that. And I've been just up and down, because it's a journey. It's a musical journey. So sometimes I'm holding back, or I used to hold back sometimes, and I would say just let go, and be yourself, and whatever comes out on the track, that's you, and I think that's the most authentic you can get, without trying to satisfy, well, I gotta have this BPM, or I gotta have this patch, or, I need to do this synth, I would just say the mantra for making good music is just letting go and being yourself, and just not being afraid to hear yourself, because before, I'm sure with everybody, you can be a little timid of your voice when you first hear it, but just let go, man. Just let go.
Let it go. And what advice would you share with someone looking to follow in your footsteps? You've had a career in front of the mic and behind the mic. What's something that you would like to leave for someone who's got that same spark, might be sitting in a home studio right now wondering about what those next steps are?
I would say make a physical step to do something. I can't say physical, but go out of the front door. It's one thing to stay at home and post your music on SoundCloud. That's great. That's the era we live in, posting to SoundCloud, YouTube, Facebook, what have you. But I would say take a few steps beyond your front door, because that step was coming to the Los Angeles Recording School for me, and it just opened up so many possibilities for me to be involved in. I mean, at the studio I told you I was interning at, Threshold Sound and Vision, I met a young guy, John Darling, and I was just answering phones, and he ran out frantically and asked if anybody could sing, and that was my opportunity. So from there I got involved in commercial VOs and things like that. So just be open to any and every possibility. I mean, if it's in the direction of music and where you want to go, I mean, whether it's commercial VOs, whether it's being a boom holder, holding a boom mic for someone. I mean, just take advantage of it and network and stay true to your craft, because your craft is not going to perfect itself. You have to perfect your craft. So
I love it.
yeah.
And where can we find your work? You have a single out now.
Mm-hmm.
Where can we find you on social, and where can we listen to your music?
Well, you can listen to my music on YouTube and SoundCloud. My handle is KARLISMUSIK. So Carlos Music with a K, and it's all one word, KARLISMUSIK. At SoundCloud, same handle on YouTube and Twitter, same handle on Facebook. So yeah, go check it out, man. New single, Little Ghetto Boy 2000s is out now. Along with a few other tracks that I've put on, and more to come, a lot more to come. Always working.
Excellent. Well, Carlos, thank you so much for stopping by and
Thank
sharing
you.
your wisdom with our students and with our audience on Facebook.
Yes, sir.
Wish you the very best in the future, and can't wait to see when all of your records adorn these walls as well.
Yes. I wanted to go all the way down. You know what I mean? Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
Thank you.